A huge piece of communication is not what you say, it's letting other people communicate and what you're hearing. So when we think about communication, oftentimes we're thinking about actively communicating rather than being the recipient of the information that's being communicated. So active listening, the ability to pick up, define, and respond accurately to feelings expressed by another person. What about that definition sticks out to you, if anything? What words? Did you actively listen to what I just said? It's important to be able to understand somebody's emotional state. You know, they're hurried, they're angry, they're excited, you know, what is driving them in that moment, and then what are they expressing? So listening is different than hearing. Levels of listening. Listening only to wait for somebody to be done talking so you can respond to what they've said. Does that make sense? As somebody's talking, you're thinking, well, as soon as they're done talking, this is what I'm going to say about that. I am totally guilty of this. I think I have all the answers, especially when I'm talking to my husband, and I can't wait for him to be done so I can tell him why he's wrong. And that's not necessarily the best level of active listening I can use. Hearing the words. So it's coming in one ear, going right back out the other. You are making eye contact, you appear to be listening, but if I had to ask, what did I just say? Could you say it back to me, or could you only say just the last words that I just said? Let's talk now about what the Platinum Rule is. So this is kind of a theory of interacting and communicating with other people created by a guy named Dr. Alessandro. And it was based off a twist of the Golden Rule. What's the Golden Rule?
Silence.
Treat others the way you want to be treated. Yes. Now the Platinum Rule likes to think that this takes it up a notch and really makes your communication more effective. What might you guess the Platinum Rule is?
Treat others the way they want to be treated.
Treat others the way that they want to be treated. Yes. Platinum communication. What's the best method for the other person and people, but also for conveying the message that you have? So that adds another level to it. You know, what's the best method for you, but also what are we trying to get across here? An example is a meeting. So the person that's organizing the meeting, in order to be a Platinum communicator as a meeting leader, knowing what the objective is of the meeting. Do we have a meeting every week because we have a meeting every week, and we have a meeting every week because that's what we do? Or are we having a meeting with a certain objective? What do we want to accomplish in this time together? Is there an agenda that can help us stay on task? And now the agenda is a key piece in terms of communicating in the way others might like to communicate. Some people, if they go to a meeting without really knowing what's going to be covered, that can be anxiety producing. You know, what are we even talking about here? Am I going to have to talk? Is there something they're expecting from me? What's happening here? I'm one of those people that likes an agenda up front. I want to know what's happening. Do I have a part to play in this? Do we really need to have a meeting? This tells us why we're having the meeting, all of that. So the organizer of the meeting and agenda is a great idea.